A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a significant move that could reshape the landscape of international education in the United States, the Trump administration has put a halt to all new student visa appointments at U.S. embassies and consulates worldwide. This decision, which aims to bolster scrutiny of foreign applicants, comes as part of a broader initiative to enhance social media vetting for those seeking to study in the U.S. A confidential memo from the State Department, recently obtained, indicates that embassies have been instructed to cease scheduling any new visa interviews for international students, impacting key visa categories including F visas for academic students, M visas for vocational students, and J visas for foreign exchange visitors. The pause will remain in effect until further guidance is issued, although previously scheduled appointments will still proceed as planned. This policy shift is designed to allow the State Department time to implement a new framework for expanded social media screening of student visa applicants. This marks a notable change in U.S. immigration policy, with potential long-lasting effects on international education and diplomatic relations. Under the proposed changes, student visa applications will now be subjected to deeper scrutiny of social media activity. While the specifics of what will be examined remain unclear, previous practices provide insight into the intent. The Department of Homeland Security has historically collected applicants' usernames across various platforms, including Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and others, with officials having the ability to review posts, likes, associations, and perceived ideological views. This includes content that could be interpreted as anti-Semitic, extremist, or politically controversial. While officials assert that these measures are aimed at enhancing national security, civil rights groups have expressed concern about the ambiguous criteria and potential for misuse. Critics warn that such policies could lead to discrimination against students based on their political beliefs, religious affiliations, or social connections. The abrupt policy change has raised alarms within the academic community. U.S. colleges and universities, particularly prestigious institutions like Harvard, Columbia, and Stanford, rely heavily on international students, who not only contribute to campus diversity, but also provide significant financial support through higher tuition fees. This decision comes amid ongoing tensions between Donald Trump and elite universities, which he has accused of fostering left-wing ideologies and failing to address anti-Semitism on campus. Recently, the Trump administration attempted to revoke Harvard's ability to enroll international students or host foreign researchers, a move that was swiftly blocked by a federal judge, highlighting the contentious relationship between the government and academic institutions. Trump's push for stricter screening is rooted in his belief that some U.S. colleges enable anti-Semitism, particularly in light of recent pro-Palestinian protests on campuses. The administration has accused several universities of allowing activism that crosses the line into hate speech or harassment of Jewish students. In response, many universities and advocacy groups argue that the administration is leveraging this issue as a means to suppress free speech and stifle student movements. Legal experts warn that penalizing institutions for campus expression without clear evidence of misconduct could set a troubling precedent. Harvard, in particular, has become a focal point of the Trump administration's ire, with over 25% of its student body consisting of international students. If the new visa restrictions persist or escalate, they could severely impact the university's academic programs, global partnerships, and financial viability. The proposed social media screening policy is already facing backlash from civil rights and immigration advocacy organizations, which argue that the lack of transparency surrounding the vetting process raises significant concerns about privacy, free expression, and fairness. Legal experts caution that there are minimal checks in place regarding how an applicant's social media history may be interpreted or misinterpreted. For example, posts that are satirical, political, or taken out of context could be incorrectly flagged as red flags. Furthermore, the reliance on AI and algorithm-based vetting has been criticized as flawed and biased. Earlier this year, over 300 student visas were revoked as part of a strategy described by Senator Marco Rubio as catch and revoke, which involves scanning applicants' digital footprints to identify any associations with extremist views or online activity deemed controversial. Currently, students who have already scheduled appointments can proceed with their interviews. However, for thousands of others planning to study in the U.S. in the near future, the situation remains uncertain. The State Department has not provided a clear timeline for when the freeze on visa appointments will be lifted or what the final guidelines for social media screening will entail. Prospective students are advised to regularly monitor embassy and consulate websites, stay in contact with their host universities for updates, and seek legal guidance if they have concerns about visa eligibility or online content. Meanwhile, many colleges and universities are likely to mount legal challenges against the policy, similar to their responses during Trump's previous attempts to restrict foreign student visas. These legal battles could ultimately shape the future of international education in the United States. This policy change adds another layer of uncertainty for international students at a time when global education is still recovering from the disruptions caused by the pandemic and increasing geopolitical tensions. While the Trump administration frames this as a necessary step for national security, critics view it as part of a broader political agenda that threatens to undermine U.S. academic leadership, stifle free expression, and alienate future global talent. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.